What's up, everybody? Colton from Testarossa doing Testarossa Rants 2. I know we got like 30 views on the last one, which is pretty rad. Maybe we can get like 40 on this one. That'd be cool. It'd be pretty tight. Gonna talk about a few things today. First of all, not doing a NAM video because everybody's done that. You could see what's in on YouTube and see all the little bloggers and stuff copying each other, and yeah, I mean, that's fine. I watched a lot of those videos, but not copying everybody. Doing my own thing. I'm here to talk about Kramer guitars. When I was a kid, Kramer was like the pinnacle for me because Eddie Van Halen played Kramer. And I remember talking my mom into buying me a Kramer for Christmas. And it was back when Music Yo was open, which Music Yo actually had some pretty cool Kramers. They had like an Explorer with the Floyd Rose reverse headstock in this color yellow. I mean, like, cool stuff. I wish they would have kept that line going, but that eventually faded out. And I got my Kramer, you know, it's cheaply made, but it plays good. It's a nice little guitar for what it is and what you pay. And it was cool. Well, Kramer kind of dwindled off, and then they tried to make a short comeback, and they kind of didn't do anything for a while. And then Gibson decided to revamp them. Thank goodness, because I'm glad to see Kramer's back on the map. The new Night Swan model that they're doing, they should have been doing that a long time ago. Glad to see the Jersey Stars back. Glad to see cool colors. Kramer's actually doing cool colors that people want. Not sunburst and black and white. I mean, come on. Like, give us some cool colors. Kramer's doing it. They got some purple, got some soda green. I mean, cool colors. Like, I don't understand why people are afraid to paint guitars different colors. You know, everybody's sick of sunburst. I mean, it's cool, yeah, but like, how many sunburst guitars do you need? I don't get it. But Kramer's doing it right. They're making guitars that are very oriented towards the 80s, which they should be because that's their heyday. So the Night Swan's dope. The Jersey Star's dope. Glad to see Kramer doing it big. I like it. Also want to talk about this guitar right here. This has a little backstory to it I'll give you. But first we got to go back to when I was living in Nashville. When I was living in Nashville, I was working for a company called, I'm not going to name names because I'm professional. Let's just say I'd rather have hepatitis than ever step foot near that place. And they treated their employees bad, and it was really a dead-end job, but that's fine because I was playing music. I just needed something I could get the weekends off. But pretty awful. I had a real good friend there who suggested me talk about Nashville, named Freddie, and me and Freddie worked on this packaging line and talked about wrestling all the time. We loved wrestling. Degeneration X. Word up. So, yeah, he's a real good friend of mine in Nashville. It's been years since I've seen him, but this is for you, Freddie, talking about Nashville. Nashville's cool. I enjoyed it, but it's a little touristy now. It's not really a music. I mean, it is, but it's not. It's kind of weird. It's its own thing. But anyway, when I moved to Nashville, I was like, I want a Les Paul. I told my dad, I said, Dad, I need a Les Paul. Will you help me get a Guitar Center credit card so I can get a Les Paul? So we got it, and walked into Guitar Center in Nashville and saw this. I was like, whoa. I love Les Paul customs, but I don't love Les Paul custom pricing. And this was $1,800. It's the classic custom. It looks like a custom minus the back binding. So I saw this and I was like, all right, when I go back home, I'm going to go to the Guitar Center back home. I was in Nashville, and I'm going to buy this guitar. Well, I walked in the Guitar Center in Charlotte, and they didn't have this. They didn't have the classic custom. They only did this model for a couple years, like, so it's kind of an oddball. But so I ended up settling, but I'm glad I got it. I got a wine red Les Paul Traditional Pro, which is one of my favorite guitars to this day, but I always wanted the natural Les Paul Classic Custom. And I never could get my hands on one. Well, a few years back, I happened to go in the Guitar Center in Charlotte again, and I saw this hanging on the wall. I was like, yeah, I'm walking out with that. Like, I'm not letting it get away again. So I finally got my Les Paul Classic Custom. Done a little work to it. Switched out the pickups. Got pearly gates, reverse wound 59, and I switched out the stock pickups. I think they were like the 57 Classics or whatever. It's got the cool split diamond inlay on the headstock with the binding. I mean, it's just cool. It's got a maple fretboard that's been roasted to look like rosewood or something. I wish they would have left it natural because I love a maple fretboard. But yeah, it's a real nice guitar. I'm glad I finally got my hands on one. There's a couple defects in it from the factory. The headstock, I think you won't be able to see it, but there's like half moon shape. There it is. There's like half moon shaped stuff going on underneath the finish. There it is. I don't know what the deal with that is. And but it's all good. I got my Les Paul Classic Custom. Everybody thinks it's a custom, and plus it's in natural. Like, that's as cool as it gets. So I was talking to a Gibson rep. I was like, man, if Gibson would just make the Les Paul Custom $1,000 cheaper, they wouldn't be able to hold on to it. He said, well, the binding, there's so much binding in it. And that was the excuse that they gave me for charging $5,000 for a guitar, the binding. This has Les Paul Custom binding, and it was the same cost as a traditional. Yeah, that's not adding up. Customs are overpriced. If you can find one of these, do it. The next year they did these, instead of having the split diamond inlay on the headstock, they actually had the flower pot inlay, which is my favorite of all time. So if I ever get my chance to buy one of those, I will. But yeah, I got my first real Les Paul when I was living in Nashville, and years later got the one I saw in Nashville. It might be the same one for all I know, but pretty cool guitar. I like it, and yeah, as solid as can be. Let's play it. I dig it. I play it a step down. This is the guitar I use for a step down. So we'll talk about that halftime show. That was probably it wasn't as bad as the Coldplay halftime show. I will give them credit for that. And to be completely honest, I didn't even watch the game, nor did I watch the halftime show while it was going on. I watched it on YouTube's later, and halftime shows are lame. It's a waste of time. I think it's stupid. You got 15 minutes to cram in a full show. It's rushed. It's not organic. It's lame. Halftime show, let's do away with them. Lame. Sports in general. Looking at my little cheat sheet. If people put as much time and effort and concern into everyday activities as they do professional sports, this world would be a better place. I don't understand the whole sports thing. I used to like watching sports, but then I realized, hey, this is nothing but a money grab. They're trying to sell me something. Do I really care that much? Nah. But I am glad to see Tom Brady win, because he's going to have to grow another finger, put that ring on it. Nah. It's whatever. But today's song suggestion, I've been listening to this band a lot lately. Wasp. Never really was a big fan of Wasp until I actually started listening to them, and I was like, it's pretty mad decent. So the song suggestion today is Love Machine. L-O-V-E. Love Machine. Check it out. It's pretty solid. Wasp actually had some pretty good tunes, even though most of the choruses sounded exactly the same. If you have any suggestions on what you want me to talk about on the next one, let me know. And if you haven't subscribed to this page, subscribe please, or don't. I don't care, because I'm not making a dime off of it, and I don't care to make a dime off of it. I do it because I like it. Anyway, it's Colton from Testarossa. Peace out.